Ladies and gentlemen, leading our procession and escorted by our student marshal carrying the university mace, please join me in welcoming the 2016 recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Distinguished Service, Dr. Deborah Harmon Hines. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Massachusetts Medical School, classes of 2017. Let's first welcome the graduates of the Graduate School of Nursing. The graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. The graduates of the School of Medicine. led by the student-selected faculty marshals, Doctors Timothy Gibson and Jessica Pagano-Therian, please welcome the faculty of the University of Massachusetts Medical School. And finally, please welcome our university trustees, today's honorary degree recipients, distinguished guests, and the leadership of our campus. Please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, Dr. Michael F. Collins, who will open the main ceremony. Chancellor Collins.
Morning. Greetings. I hereby declare the 44th annual commencement exercises of the University of Massachusetts Medical School officially open. If I could ask the audience to please rise and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. I'm pleased to be the first to officially salute UMass Medical School's classes of 2017. Congratulations to you on this, your special day. On behalf of all of us at our university, let me welcome members of our graduates' families and their friends who join us for this ceremony today. We know that you share great pride as we celebrate the many accomplishments of our graduates. Graduates in the classes of 2017 are known for their outstanding academic achievements, as well as their extraordinary commitment to reaching beyond the borders of the campus to work with and to help others. We applaud you as you take your rightful place in our city, our Commonwealth, our nation, and our world as graduates of Massachusetts' great public medical school. You've been able to achieve this important personal and professional milestone thanks in large part to the support of your family and friends. Today's celebration is for them as well. I'd like to ask our classes now to please rise and join me in thanking your families and friends with a hearty round of applause. It's important to recognize those who cannot be with us today because they've been called to duty as members of the United States Armed Forces, serving our country around the world. It is their selfless service to our nation and their commitment to preserve our freedom that enables us to be here today. Our thoughts and prayers are with them and with the members of their families. We're so pleased to have several members of the university's Board of Trustees with us today, including R. Norman Peters, our student trustee Philip Feinberg, and Dr. Kerry Osterhaus-Houle. I invite Dr. Osterhaus-Houle, a member of the Board of Trustees and an alumna of our medical school, to the lectern to bring greetings from the Board of Trustees. Dr. Osterhaus-Houle.
Chancellor Collins, Dean Flott, members of the faculty, honorees, and distinguished guests, friends, family, and of course, the members of the class of 2017. On behalf of the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees, I welcome you all to today's celebration and bring you greetings from the board, which is the governing body of the 5-campus UMass system. In many ways, our board's efforts throughout the year are focused on this day, as we believe in the transformative power of public higher education. We believe in the University of Massachusetts, and we believe in you, and in what you are going to do to make your communities, the Commonwealth, and the world a better place. You have worked hard to get to today. You have committed yourself to an important goal and have achieved it. Many have done this while working, meeting family responsibilities, offering support to friends, and performing community service. Today, we commend the determination and discipline involved in this endeavor. We acknowledge the sacrifices that you have made to get here and the crucial support you've received from family and friends to arrive at this proud moment, and we applaud your accomplishment. You leave with a world-class medical education, and we have every confidence that it has prepared you well for your career. The Board of Trustees knows that many of you will travel the world and be great ambassadors for UMass Medical and for Massachusetts. For those of you who practice right here at home, our Commonwealth will be richer as a result and will benefit many times over from the investment it has made in you in this great university. Congratulations and best wishes in everything that you do.
Thank you very much, Trustee Osterhaus-Huhl, for representing our board at today's ceremony and for your tremendous leadership on behalf of our 5-campus system. We're fortunate to have the leader of the university system, UMass President Marty Meehan, with us, along with Dr. Marcelette Williams, Senior Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs and International Relations for our university. I invite President Meehan now to bring greetings on behalf of our university system. President Meehan?
Thank you. Thank you, Chancellor Collins, Dean Flott, Trustees Feinberg, Osterhaus-Huhl, and Peters, Senior Vice President Williams, members of our outstanding world-class faculty, honorees, family, friends, and most importantly, to you, the members of the class of 2017. I am honored to be here with you today to congratulate you on your incredible achievement. Simply to have been admitted to this world-class institution is no small accomplishment. And now that you have mastered its demanding course of study, you have truly distinguished yourselves. On behalf of the entire 5-campus University of Massachusetts system and our community of 75,000 students and 500,000 alumni, I congratulate you on a job well done. But as you know, no one achieves anything special in life without help. So we thank your spouses, parents, friends, and loved ones who provided the support, financial, emotional, spiritual, or all of the above, that allowed you to complete this journey. We also thank our incredibly competent, world-class UMass Medical School faculty who have molded and mentored you. They deserve a round of applause. With all of that support and possessing the necessary talent and work ethic to succeed, you graduate today from one of the best medical schools in the country, the #1 medical school for primary care education in all of New England, and among the top 10% in the nation. Top 30 in research awards from NIH, and praise throughout the world for the high quality of that research. In addition to developing compassionate physicians, UMass Medical School is helping to address some of the Commonwealth's greatest challenges, such as the opioid epidemic, and operating at the bleeding edge of medical science in areas like genome editing. The UMass Medical School is a crown jewel of the University of Massachusetts, and indeed of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts itself. And you, its graduates, are its glimmer. As a fellow UMass graduate, I look forward with a great sense of pride and admiration and appreciation. I know that you are going to help heal our Commonwealth and our world. I wish you every success in your journey as it continues on from here. Congratulations on this incredible achievement.
This year, our local legislative delegation has continued to serve Worcester and the central part of our Commonwealth with concerted effort. We've been bolstered by and supported with the confidence of our elected officials as they continue to advocate on our behalf. I'd like to welcome as their representative a wonderful advocate for our medical school and the city of Worcester, State Senator Majority Leader Harriet Chandler, who was with us earlier today. Senator Chandler, we thank you for all you do in furtherance of this great medical school. I'd like to recognize Dr. Eric Dixon, President and CEO of UMass Memorial Healthcare, and Mr. Patrick Muldoon, President of the UMass Memorial Medical Center, who represent our healthcare system partner today. Thank you both for your support and collaboration, and most importantly, for your leadership. It's a special privilege each commencement day to have the opportunity to offer a few final thoughts to our graduates and the community of family and friends that is gathered to support them. Our faculty and students continue to demonstrate their keen intellect, compassion, and innovation skills as they receive numerous accolades for their scholarly contributions. Could I ask the members of our faculty who are present here today to rise and be recognized? Could it be that the moment for you to graduate is before us? Today is the day. It seems as if it was just a moment ago that you arrived and full of idealism and enthusiasm, ready to learn, to innovate, and care. How remarkable it is that today, full of anticipation and excitement, you take the next steps along your journey, embarking from Worcester on careers about which you have hoped and dreamed for years. Trust me, for each of us for whom it's been a privilege to participate in your education, it seems it was just yesterday that we too set off on our own paths. We know with a certainty gained through the wisdom that accompanies experience that marvelous journeys await you. Your careers shall be replete with purpose and possibility. Many of us, though none of you, were teens when this health sciences university was conceived and constructed. We are a proven, solid investment, a state government success story. Look at what we've become. At our next generation medical school, in an open, curious, and friendly environment, smart minds, great science, and genuine collegiality set us apart. We're #1 in New England for primary care and in the top 10% in our nation. Acknowledgements that demonstrate prestige and fidelity to our founding mission. Total annual research awards have climbed to $280 million. And for the first time, we have joined the top 30 institutions in the nation for NIH funding. We now rank 29th with almost $150 million in NIH grants, a recognition that heralds the intellect and commitment of our faculty who have made such impressive gains in an era of intense competition and continue to strive to solve what was once considered unsolvable. Our colleagues at Mass Biologics, throughout its 100-year history, have created more than 100 million doses of medicines that have been administered around the globe and continue the development of biologics for diseases like rabies and pertussis to treat those greatest in need. Commonwealth medicine has saved billions of dollars for Massachusetts, all the while serving the social service and healthcare needs of those who are less fortunate among us. This year, the shadow of our medical school footprint across our state has become enlarged as we have initiated clinical affiliations with Cape Cod Healthcare in Hyannis and Bay State Health in Springfield, the home of our new regional campus that will admit its first students this fall. With great pride, we now welcome the VA to our campus so that veterans from Central Massachusetts can have greater access to health care. We recognize the privilege it is to care for our veterans, as they've given so much so that we may be free. Furthermore, our alumni, whom you shall join in a short few moments, practice in more than 170 communities in our Commonwealth and make contributions to the more than 250 communities in which they reside. They play a most important role in fulfilling the healthcare and civic needs of our fellow citizens. Now, with that knowledge in tow, now you embark upon a pathway of promise that is lighted with optimism, encouragement, confidence, and hope. Each of you has brought your goodness and kindness to our midst. Our knowledge of your acumen preceded you, but it was your miles traveled that most attracted us to you. You represent the global talent pool which enriches our campus. No wall could diminish that attraction nor deter aspiring students, trainees, and faculty from being welcomed to our singular academic community. And rest assured that the boundaries of this institution shall be safe for those who come here to learn, to innovate, to train, and to care. You have brought diversity of all kinds to our midst. We're a greater community for the richness of your experience and thought. We're emboldened by the courage of your convictions. By no means are we satisfied that we're diverse enough or that we have addressed adequately the healthcare disparities and income inequality that continue to exist. While our work continues, please know that you have been a force for good and for progress, for equality and inclusion. You have brought us gifts that we shall forever treasure. As your pathway leads you from us today, be assured that you are not alone on that journey. Along the way, remember that the assimilation of your minds and your hearts makes you so special. As you continue on your journey of lifelong learning, know that those who shall be your colleagues and mentors care with you and about you. Take a moment each day to hold the hands of those whose care is entrusted to you. Do not be afraid to hold the hand of a colleague when you or they are in need. Be assured that the hands of those who come before you in our professions are available to embrace you. And when all medical, nursing, and scientific expertise has been applied, please know that there may come the time when simple acts of kindness and touch shall be the tincture that matters most. Each of you is about to be accorded the privilege of a lifetime, the privilege to care for those most in need or to discover the cure that shall change the course of the history of their disease. be mindful that all are not as fortunate as are we. Maintain a preferential option for the poor, the vulnerable, and the voiceless in our midst, and you shall be fulfilled. There is no limit to what you can do. With each and every action, as you seek the elimination of disease or promote the health of global populations, you shall make progress on many fronts every day. Each day, wake up thinking, today could be the day. Today is your day. Remember always that we will watch with great anticipation as you embark upon your pathway of promise, and that we shall always take pride in calling you our own. It has been a wonderful privilege to serve as your chancellor over this past decade. Congratulations.
Our university bestows honorary degrees upon select individuals whose accomplishments clearly represent the values that this institution holds dear. Today, we present honorary degrees to Victor Griffles, Dr. Patricia K. Donahoe, and Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice. University President Martin Meehan will confer the honors. Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Victor Griffles.
A humble and honorable humanitarian, a gentleman and gifted guardian whose career and reputation are rooted in safeguarding the highest ideals of human health, and a loyal and lauded leader of your family's legacy and global business. Victor Griffles, the University of Massachusetts Medical Schools welcomes you on this, our 44th commencement day. The founding of the company that bears your family's name stands out as a bright beacon in your home nation, Spain. A century ago, your ancestors, particularly your beloved father, rose to meet a critical need, establishing blood banks that implemented forward-thinking techniques credited with saving lives. Seeing an opportunity, indeed, an imperative to improve, they developed the concept of plasmapheresis, proving its safety and effectiveness, and then published those findings so that the entire world might benefit. To this day, these essentials of modern medicine bear great resemblance to the models first envisioned by your predecessors. Under your decades of leadership, Griffles has grown from modest roots and today has blossomed into a truly global corporation with a presence in 30 nations. Your close partnerships in America have made you the single largest Spanish investor in the United States, with more than 160 blood and plasma donation centers situated across our nation. A defining value of Griffles is generosity. Through your foundations, you stand at the ready to assist individuals and nations during times of greatest need. Your highest ideals were called upon in 2014 when the world struggled with an Ebola virus outbreak in Western Africa that threatened to spread globally. Without delay and compelled to offer help, you appealed to the Spanish, American, and Liberian governments. As a collaborator with our institution's efforts, you demonstrated vital persistence to see Griffles' commitment realized. At this very moment, scientists and physicians in Monrovia work within the walls of 2 mobile donation laboratory testing units, which were designed, constructed, shipped, and donated by Grifols as part of the international public health response. Not satisfied to only offer tools, your colleagues remain on duty, teaching the people of Liberia about transfusion medicine so that they can carry the knowledge that might extinguish future outbreaks. And next year, Grifols will hand the keys for these mobile units to the people and leaders of Liberia, free of charge, providing a grateful nation with the means to chart its own path toward a healthier future. Those with whom you work most closely credit you with giving them the freedom to dream and the ability to reach heights that were once beyond the dreams of generations before you. That all may know of the greatest respect we have for your legacy of innovation and generosity, and as a proud partner with you in improving global health and well-being, the University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa.
Victor Grifols, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. In accordance with the usual custom, you entitled to all the rights, privileges which pertain to this degree, here and elsewhere, in token whereof we award you this diploma and invest you with the hood of a Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa, Dr. Patricia K. Donahoe.
Pioneering pediatric surgeon, accomplished and acclaimed clinician scientist who has earned the very highest admiration in her field, and talented and trailblazing woman who has served as an exemplary for countless others. Patricia K. Donahoe, the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on this, our 44th commencement day. Pat, the renown that you enjoy today as a result of more than 5 decades of tireless contributions to science and medicine is extraordinary. You are Chief Emerita of Pediatric Surgery and direct the Pediatric Surgical Research Laboratories at the Massachusetts General Hospital. You serve on the faculty at Harvard and are a member of the Harvard Stem Cell Institute and Massachusetts General Hospital's Center for Genomic Medicine. You're a member of the Broad Institute and are an endowed professor at Harvard Medical School. Your acclaim stretches far beyond the borders of our Commonwealth. Indeed, you have been elected to no fewer than 3 of our nation's most prestigious academies: the National Academy of Medicine, the National Academy of Sciences, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. The formative years of your remarkable career included many firsts. Among them, you were the first woman to become professor of surgery at Harvard. When you graduated from Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons, you were one of 6 women in a class of 120. At that time, advisors told you that becoming a surgeon was out of reach and perhaps even unwise. However, you knew better. You recognize that you have been given the gift of a surgeon's hands, along with the caring heart of a pediatrician. So against those advisors' counsel, or perhaps because of it, you became a pediatric surgeon. How fortunate a decision that has proven to be for the field of pediatric surgery and for generations of patients and their families. The research team you lead has advanced our world's understandings of birth defects, endocrinology, and oncology. In particular, it has elucidated what may be a new treatment for ovarian cancer. Through hundreds of publications, and now with 12 patents for your work, you have shown how a protein that participates in the development of the male fetus may serve as an anti-cancer agent against certain ovarian, cervical, and endometrial tumors. Recent studies are revealing this same protein may function as a permanent contraceptive or may protect the ovaries of young women who must undergo chemotherapy. Over the years, you have had the privilege to care for many children. As their physician, you have held their hands and warmed their hearts, all the while reassuring their parents in your warm embrace. That all may know of the greatest respect we have for your groundbreaking career and contributions, and for the lessons each can learn from the example of your commitment to patients and the human condition. The University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Congratulations.
Patricia K. Donahue, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. In accordance with the usual customs, you are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree, here and elsewhere. In token whereof, we award you this diploma and invest you with a hood of a Doctor of Science. Congratulations, Pat.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice.
Physician, researcher, mentor, leader, and ardent advocate for women's health care. Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice, the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on this, our 44th commencement day. As a young girl facing a serious health disorder, you demonstrated through fortitude and foresight that a personal affliction can, in turn, become a launching pad for public action. When your struggle with osteomyelitis, a serious bone infection, made traveling to school difficult, you found yourself on a handicap-accessible bus among other children with mental or physical disabilities. The special relationship you forged with your fellow passengers and the role you willingly accepted to help them advance academically revealed in you an intrinsic commitment to education, mentorship, and above all, leadership. It was then that you first showed the talent, temperament, and tenacity required to elevate the health and well-being of all. When you enrolled in Harvard Medical School's summer program for aspiring medical students, you realized quickly that you had found your particular calling and professional passion, serving others, especially women, as a physician. Since then, your dedication to the practice of medicine, to preventive care, to healthcare research, and to mentorship has been a hallmark of a most celebrated career that has earned you acclaim and accolades the world over. Your unyielding devotion to eliminating disparities in women's health care has proven to be your enduring legacy to the field of medicine. Indeed, you have charted a path that has enabled you to impact not only your patients, but whole populations. As the founder and first director of the Center for Women's Health Research, you oversaw one of this nation's first research centers dedicated to studying diseases that disproportionately affect women of color. Now, as the first African American to lead a freestanding medical school, Morehouse School of Medicine, you are an influential voice in academic medicine and an inspirational role model for aspiring physicians. You lead by example, and your example is as large as the heart that guides you. As one who has had to overcome adversity and prejudice to contribute to a healthier, better understanding, compassionate, and more equitable world, you have given a new generation of medical professionals a special gift: the recognition that it is a responsibility and a privilege to provide all patients and all populations with equally exceptional care. That all may know of our great admiration for your inspired leadership, steadfast commitment to education, and relentless advocacy for women's health care and health equality, the University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Valerie Montgomery Rice, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. In accordance with the usual custom, you are entitled to all of the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. In token whereof, we award you this diploma and invest you with the hood of a Doctor of Science. Congratulations.
We're so pleased that Dr. Montgomery Rice serves today as our principal commencement speaker. It's my privilege now to welcome her to the lectern. Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice.
It is a pleasure and an honor for me to be with all of you today. I want to thank Chancellor Collins for his leadership of this fine institution and for our budding friendship. I also want to congratulate my fellow honorees today, Victor Garofos and Dr. Patricia Donahue. Thank you for your many contributions to healthcare. It is really an honor to stand alongside each of you and be recognized today. Thank you to my family and friends who are attending also. I also must recognize the faculty, administrators, and staff. You continue to pour into these graduates and share with them both the marvels of medicine and the responsibilities of serving our communities. To the family and friends, this day is as much as yours as the graduates. You too have sacrificed much in the support of their dreams, so congratulations to you. And finally, to this brilliant, promising graduation class of 2017. The moment has finally come. Today, you will walk across this platform, receive your diplomas and or your hood, and join those of us who are privileged to practice medicine and continue the art of discovery and caring. I choose the word privilege because it is truly a privilege to serve others through the healing arts and the quest for knowledge through discovery. You will bear witness to the most intimate moments in a person's life, the birth of a child, or for some, the hard journey to conception, the transitioning of a loved one, the crowning of the first tooth, the discovery of the tumor, the negative test results, the first steps after a tragic event. Each of these moments will alter you in ways that you cannot even imagine. You are the ones, through the art of discovery, will make precision medicine real. What was once only hypothesized in the test tube or through the cell line now connects the dots and leads to the life-saving drug that not only extends but enhances the quality of life. You, through your personal touch, will hold the hand of a patient or listen intensely to their fears as you prepare them for the next step in care. They, some whose names you may forget, but whose stories you will always remember, will become a part of you, sometimes challenging you and other times invigorating you to new heights, but always reminding you why you answered this call to become a healthcare and biomedical scientist professional. For some of you, it was sort of birth when you were born, and it was nourished throughout the years with hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. For others, you experienced a life-altering moment that may or may not have seemed positive at that time, but you began to know that you could make a difference in this space. Or perhaps you entered another profession and would sometime realize that your true passion was in service to others or the pursuit of discovery. Whatever the path you took to reach this moment, each of you felt something deep inside, and you chose again to answer this call. You spent many years studying as you went along the path, and you recognized that it took imagination, conviction, and grit to remain steadfast in the pursuit of a dream. UMass class of 2017, you have arrived. But now what? Not so long ago, well, actually that's not true. For this week, I celebrated my 30th reunion from an amazing medical school. I sat where you sit today, a graduate of this great school called Harvard Medical School, excited to begin my residency program in life as a doctor. What I could not possibly have conceived then, though, were the many ways that I could contribute to the world of medicine, which I actually think of as a world of health, science, and equity. I knew I wanted to continue my research in infertility and reproductive endocrinology. I knew I wanted to make a difference in the lives of my patients. I knew I wanted to be a well-respected physician scientist, not through accolades or notoriety, but because the impact I hope to make and the lives I hope to touch. But class of 2017, may I be honest with you for a moment? At the root, these were actually shallow desires and hopes. And although my intentions were honorable and pure, early on I began to realize that they weren't going to contribute to healthcare in a way that would address the challenges plaguing individuals, families, and communities throughout our country and the globe. Yes, I made a difference in the lives of the person or couple as I worked with my team to advance the science of hormone therapy and the treatment of anovulation, or perform what we thought then were miracle surgeries removing 36 fibroids from a uterus and watching the birth of the child 2 years later. Yes, they were and are important to that individual, but is it enough? Is it enough to make a difference in the life of one individual? You are graduating into a profession at a truly unique time in our nation's history. We are grappling with our fundamental values as Americans. While we navigate this strong political divide on how we advance health care to the millions of people living in this country, we are at a critical juncture, one that represents both opportunities and challenges for health reform. It will determine whether we move toward a more equitable, accessible, patient-centered health system, or whether we reverse course back to a system of increasing and unconscionable health disparities. As healthcare providers and scientists, if we do not pay close attention to the healthcare policy debates and advocate for policies that will positively benefit our patients, the remarkable gains we have fought so hard to attain over a century and a half could be wiped out, moving us backwards in terms of healthcare coverage, access, delivery, and equity. The American Health Care Act, unfortunately, does not move us in the right direction towards equity. This act, to name a few, rescinds the Prevention and Public Health Fund. It bars funding for Planned Parenthood for at least 1 year. And Medicaid will face $834 billion in cuts. And when one begins to really assess the act by the numbers, we see that 23 million more people are estimated to be without insurance by 2026, making it a total of 51 million people under the age of 65 years or old without insurance by 2026, compared to an estimated 28 million under the Affordable Care Act. Average premium prices would increase by 20% in 2018, and the National Institutes of Health budget will be slashed by 22%, decreasing it from $34.6 billion to $26.9 billion. And oh yes, the deficit would be reduced by $119 billion by 2026. But that's because the American Health Care Act is in effect a $662 billion tax cut. Remember, as expressed by Hubert Humphrey, the 38th Vice President of the United States under President Lyndon B. Johnson, the moral test of government is how that government treats those who are in the dawn of their life, the children, those who are in the twilight of their life, the elderly, and those who are in the shadows of their life, the sick, the needy, and the handicapped. And beyond that, beyond the legislation and policy, we will still see and have a challenge of a looming physician shortage as our populations continue to grow and people are living longer. It is into this unique mix of challenge and opportunity that you are called. So I ask the question, how will you contribute, and what will be unique about your contribution? I am glad to say that I've learned a lot during my time as a practicing physician. I had the opportunity to engage people from all walks of life and to see into the heart of humanity. My sight was made clear, though, you all, because along the way I discovered I needed to ask one simple question during each and every patient encounter. based on who is sitting in front of me, what's possible? Now, how did this question help me to see the heart of humanity and to understand that every individual counts? People speak about social determinants of health, and many of us recognize that we cannot access our way out of disparities into equity. Unfortunately, too many of our communities lack proper access to healthy food options, safe places to work, live, and play. These and a host of other factors add to the inequities we see in healthcare. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, giving everyone access to health care is the right, moral, and just start, but it's not the end. We all know that if you give everyone access through insurance and not consider those other factors that impact their health, like poverty, education, transportation, racism, sexism, anyism, then they will never reach their optimal level of health. Take, for example, this great state, where you all have been fortunate to train and grow as healthcare and scientific professionals. Massachusetts is a great example of making hard, just decisions about access. The average uninsured rate in Massachusetts is approximately 3.4%. However, when you look at who resides in that bucket, it is primarily people below the poverty line and with household incomes less than $75,000. So even though this state took the first step by ensuring access, what we continue to see that even in this state are the manifestations of social determinants of health. Consider, if you will, after healthcare reform in this state. Based on multiple reports, we still have not seen a significant change in hospital admission rates as compared with states that did not undergo healthcare reform, a significant decline in admission rates for ambulatory care-sensitive conditions in counties in Massachusetts with the highest baseline uninsured rate compared with those with the lowest baseline uninsured rates. And lastly, we have failed to find evidence of a significant narrowing of pre-existing racial and ethnic disparities. Again, this tells us the power of other factors such as employment and education in impacting health. So we must do more than provide access to begin to improve the health of this nation and move us toward health equity. We must remember when that patient is sitting in front of you as the provider, they've already overcome the first barrier, access. They're there with you. It is part of your responsibility, though, to ensure that engagement includes more than health delivery. It must also include care delivery. Now, the biomedical scientists may be sitting in the audience and asking, is she speaking to me? Do I have a role? I am reminded of a reading by Dr. Carrie Banks Mullis, who received a Nobel Prize in chemistry in 1993 for his invention of the polymerase chain reaction. This process, which with Carrie Mullins conceptualized in 1983, is held as one of the monumental scientific techniques of the 20th century. And he was quoted as saying, "My mother often mailed me articles from Reader's Digest about advances in DNA chemistry. And no matter how I tried to explain to her, she never grasped the concept that I could have been writing those articles, that something I had invented made most of those DNA discoveries possible." So graduates, I say to you, sometimes your work is so profound that you are the only one who recognizes that it is so profound. It takes time for others to catch on, even our mothers. But we're dependent on you and your resolve to continue the path of illumination of hope for those diseases that plague us now and for the prevention of those diseases that will not stand a chance because of you. The discoveries you make, the innovative solutions made possible through your work will make the difference in what's possible for each and every person living in this world. And your colleague charged with delivering the care will really serve as your connection to the patient. When the question is asked based on who's sitting in front of me, what's possible? Your discovery will add to the possibilities for that patient. Remember the question and think on what it forces you to do. Think of the times when you went to someone for advice or care and they just focused on you. They had to put themselves and their thoughts in the background and not on them. They had to ask questions about you and your family, your living environment, your financial circumstances. And depending upon the need or the question you were asking or the guidance you were seeking, they may have even gotten more personal and asked about your safety or your mental state. Based on who is sitting in front of me, what's possible? When you assist that person based on the uniqueness of their circumstances, you are already contributing. As a healthcare provider, scientist, public health professional, or individual oaths, our individual oaths require us to do so. Do not take those lightly. We do not get to choose who we care for. We shouldn't be faced with the moral dilemma of whose life matters and whose does not. Our discoveries shouldn't be based on how much we can sell the drug for. And our desire to ensure that preventive care measures are disseminated to all shouldn't be determined by someone else's definition of all. All actually means all. Well, you see, graduates, when you ask that simple question, based on who's sitting in front of me, what's possible, you're already experiencing and assisting them with their ability to achieve health equity, because you're giving them what they need, when they need it, and the amount they need to reach their optimal level of health. Your experiences will allow you to see what lights that path. It was through experiences that I found what lights me up and what my unique contribution to this healthcare landscape would be. I found mine in educating and training the generation and the future generation of healthcare professionals. I realized that the greatest contribution I could make to improving the lives of well-beings and communities was to ensure that we recruited, educated, and trained people who would be dedicated to meeting the challenges in healthcare head-on, innovating against them, and working within the community to advance health equity. I knew that it would take players from all walks of life to play in this arena called healthcare. Each of us, from the patient to the doctor, to the researcher, to the nurse, to the hospital clerk, to the lab technician, to the landscaper, to the principal investigator, contribute daily to both the challenges and solutions that shape healthcare in this country. So graduates, I'm challenging you to be more than just a player and to identify your unique contribution. I know that each of you have been uniquely prepared to do so. UMass, like Morehouse School of Medicine, is dedicated to advancing primary care, to serving the underserved, and to partnering with the community to improve health opportunities and outcomes. And with that mission and your values and their values, you are destined to make significant contributions. You need only to dig deep and ask yourself daily, what can you do to make a difference? As medical students, as nursing students, as researchers, you understand that it always starts with the question. When I ask myself that question every day, how can I diversify the physician and scientific workforce? What can I do to strengthen that pipeline from elementary school to medical school so that we can achieve health equity? I understand the value of diversity. But diversity is not just defined by your gender or your race or your ethnicity. What is important about diversity It's the unique experiences that you have had and will have, the perspectives that you have or will develop. Those perspectives and experiences will add to the richness of the solution. It is important that you tell your story and also be your story. Don't shy away from your experiences or your challenges, your joys, and the many wonderful, complicated things that shape who you are. We are all complicated, beautiful works of art. Our stories are meant to be shared. I never thought that my little story would mean anything to anyone other than me. And during my inauguration, my marketing and communication team worked with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, our major newspaper in Atlanta, to do a profile. That story was done almost 3 years ago to this day. And even now, women of all ages still write me or send me Facebook messages sharing how much my story inspired them. Now, I can't say I'm always comfortable telling my story, but I am always still amazed that people are even interested. And what I have come to realize and understand is the need for stories such as mine. A girl from a small, rural, working-class, single-parent household, first-time college graduate, who goes on to study at Georgia Tech, Harvard Medical School, Emory University, and rises to the position of president and dean of a medical school. You too have a story. It is a good one. It is a good one. Embrace it, and please tell it. In each of our stories, there are dark moments. Those too shape who you are. They are what have given you the resilience and the grit needed to be successful in medical school. Build upon that resilience and grit, and understand that grit coupled with motivation is unstoppable. The road from here may not be smooth. Wherever your path will lead you, you will be challenged. Even at this level in my career, I have to hold fast sometimes to the pursuit of my dream of health equity, and I have to reach deep for that resilience, motivation, and grit. As you become an alumnus of this great medical school, you join an inspirational body of healthcare professionals. Remember, UMass chose you, and all that it actually means to be you. So I leave you with the one last charge. Find joy and feel it. Allow it to wash over you. One of my favorite books is The Alchemist, written by a Brazilian author. It tells of a shepherd boy named Santiago who travels his homeland in Spain to the Egyptian desert in search of a treasure built in the pyramids. He meets many along the way on his quest, and I want to share with you a profound parable that keeps me grounded. And this parable is about the secret of happiness. This young hero seeks out a wise man to explain to him the secret of happiness. The wise man explains that he does not have time to explain the secret of happiness, and suggests instead that the young hero look around the palace and return in 2 hours. But before the young hero leaves, the wise man asks the young man to do something. As you wander around, carry this spoon with you without allowing the oil to spill. The young hero descends the stairways of the palace, all the while being careful not to spill any of the oil. He returns to the wise man, and the wise man asks the young hero, "Did you see the Persian tapestries that are hanging in my dining room? Did you see the garden that it took the master gardener 10 years to create? Did you notice the beautiful parchments in the library?" The boy was embarrassed and confessed that he had observed nothing. His concern had been not to spill the oil that the wise man had entrusted to him. And the wise man said, "Then go back and observe the marvels of my world. You cannot trust a man if you do not know his house." Relieved, the boy picked up the spoon and returned to the exploration of the palace, this time observing all of the works of art that was on the ceiling, that was on the walls. He saw the gardens. He saw the mountains all around him, the beauty of the flowers, and the taste with which everything had been selected. Upon returning to the wise man, he detailed everything with excitement. And the wise man said, "Where are the drops of oil I entrusted to you?" Looking down at the spoon he held, he saw that the oil was gone. "Well, there's only one piece of advice I can give you," said the wisest of wise men. "The secret of happiness is to see all the marvels of the world and never forget the drops of oil on the spoon." So imagine, my soon-to-be colleagues, that as you engage each person in front of you and think, based on who's sitting in front of me, what's possible, that you look at them with no limitations, and you are amazed at how they share their story and the resilience that it has taken them to overcome the challenges that they may endure every day. And as you hear the details of their life, you begin to understand how to extend your medical knowledge to assist them in realizing their optimal level of health. And yes, indeed, health equity. And as you partner with them, you develop unique solutions for their circumstances. Your graduation is indicative of the fact that you are determined, intelligent, and skilled individuals with dreams and aspirations. I assure you that along your journey, much will be entrusted to you: the well-being of others, the strength and vitality of your community, the hope for a better tomorrow, the future generations to come after you. Personally, you have been entrusted with the care for and love of your spouse, your children, and others that are cherished as loved ones. Remember to see all of the marvels of the world and never forget the drops of oil on the spoon. Thank you for allowing me to share my drops of oil. And to the class of 2017, well done. And as I look at each of you and ask the question, based on who's sitting in front of me, what's possible? The resounding answer is health equity. And I know you're going to help us achieve it. Be the healthcare and biomedical professionals that the nation needs. Congratulations and thank you.
Dr. Montgomery Rice, thank you so much for that most important message. We've come now to a very important part of our ceremony, the conferral of degrees and certificates of advanced study to graduates from University of Massachusetts Medical School. It's my pleasure now to invite Dr. Joan Vitello, Dean of the Graduate School of Nursing, to the lectern. Dr. Vitello.
Thank you, Dr. Collins. Good afternoon. It is my distinct privilege to introduce to you the 2017 class speaker for the Graduate School of Nursing. Her name is Michelle Griswold. She will be receiving her PhD in nursing today, along with her 5 other colleagues. And just one notable achievement of Michelle's that I wanted to share with you is she is president of the International Lactation Consultant Association. And when you read about her and hear about her dissertation today, it'll come as no surprise that she did it in regards to breastfeeding. So I would like to introduce and welcome to the podium Michelle Griswold to give her 2017 class speaker address. Thank you.
Chancellor Collins, the deans of the 3 schools, distinguished guests, faculty, my fellow graduates, and our loved ones, I am deeply honored to speak on behalf of the Graduate School of Nursing today. I've recently become engrossed in a book entitled On Looking, A Walker's Guide to the Art of Observation by Alexandra Horowitz, a cognitive scientist and writer. In this book, the author describes life through the metaphor of a New York City block. The premise is that she invites 11 experts in diverse fields, a sound engineer, a geologist, an animal scientist, to take a walk with her through her neighborhood, and she asks them to describe what they see through their lens. One thing that I found remarkable, besides learning that wild pigs apparently inhabit Tucson, Arizona, was how willing she was to be open to that which was not seen, to that which was outside of her experience. Although she takes this walk every day with her companions, she finds in her own words, worlds within worlds within worlds. In these layers of collective observations describe the full expression of what is real or true to her about her neighborhood, and she's transformed. Likewise, in every situation we find ourselves as nurses, physicians, scientists, we too can find the full expression of our collective experience as human beings if we pay attention, if we are willing to see through another lens. I have experienced this through the years as a nurse and now as a researcher. As a nurse, in being present with hundreds of patients in birth and in death, on looking, I have seen that the two are not so different. In each, there may be joy, pain, fear, sorrow, hope, anticipation, love. Although some of these insights came to me as aha moments, like the author, I have learned the importance of deliberately paying attention. When we pay attention without expectation or assumptions about what we may find, we understand fully that our own experiences cannot be separated from our patients' experiences or even from the world in which we find ourselves. As a researcher, a white woman interested in how discrimination harms health, on looking, I find myself privileged, a participant in a system of oppression, a person who has benefited, perhaps at the expense of another. Self-knowledge requires a willingness to deliberately pay attention and then to be open to the full expression of being human, even if sometimes what we see may cause discomfort. Because acknowledging discomfort just as it is might move some of us to challenge a system that unjustly disadvantages many in our care. As the poet David White writes on self-knowledge, it is a fiercely attentive form of humility and thankfulness, someone paying extreme attention to themselves, to others, to life. I'm not really in the habit of offering unsolicited advice, except to my sons. Okay, probably to my husband too. But if I were asked, I would say to my fellow graduates today, let yourselves be transformed as you move forward. Have the courage to allow yourself time and space to absorb the full expression of humanness that you will bear witness to. The joy, pain, fear, sorrow, hope, anticipation, and love, all of it. It is the acceptance of the full expression of our own humanness that will allow space for those in our care to experience their own. We have a lot of work to do to make the world a better place for all. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of the world. And don't forget to take care of each other too. Congratulations.
Chancellor Collins, it is truly my honor to present all of the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the Masters of Science, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, and the PhD in Nursing.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty of the Graduate School of Nursing. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to these degrees here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Okay, now's the time. Will Doctors Janet Frazier-Hale and Michelle Pugnier and all of the faculty who are placing hoods on the candidates come forward for the awarding of the master's degree?
Master's degrees are awarded to Lynn Arthur, Jessica Marie Ashman, Tracy Beckman, Heather L. Beckner, Rachel Meyer Benson, Anthony Bueno, Ashley Burke, Lisa Chafari Bailiff, Camry Costello, Catherine Romaine Crawford, Catherine Elizabeth DiFiore, Hillary Marie Doolin, Susan Claire Emmerling, Linda Ann Fasci, Melanie Ann Faust, Alicia M. Filevich, Richard William Gallagher, Sonali Ashok Gandhi, Selena May Georgia, Sarah Glazer, Diana Gursky, Stephanie Buafo Giassi. Christina Mary Habib. Timothy Hilton. Emily C. Howison. Christina Lynn Jansons. Serena Kimball. Catherine S. Knapp. Rebecca Krieger. Natalia Krzyzanowski. Alan Kwan. Chantel LeMountain. Kaylee Lavin. Saren E. List. Michelle Margolis. Kimberly Lynn Marsh. Emily Rose Martin. Nicholas Mary. Hannah Mitchell. Elizabeth Kaylin Morgan. Anya Moridkani. Amanda Jean Murray. Naomi K. Pappas. Lauren Philbrick. Jamie Noel Reed. Anna Ronderos. Christina M. Rowland. Stephanie Salvi. Christian B. Sikora. Rebecca Silva. Kaylee Louise Souza. Joanna Sun. Estella Trubitska. Brianna Karen Wise. Lauren Zansowitz. Will the Hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Nursing Practice and Doctor of Philosophy degrees? The Doctor of Nursing Practice degrees are awarded to Dr. Stephanie M. Coleman-Brochu. Dr. Mary Margaret Fortunato Habib. Dr. Kathleen Marie Casper. Doctor of Philosophy degrees in nursing are awarded to Dr. Helen M. Flaherty. Informal caregivers experience during acute exacerbation of COPD in older adults. Dr. Akwazi Ajimain Dua. Lived experience of caregivers of relatives with alcohol and opiate dependence. Dr. Stephanie Alicia Griggs. The relationship between hope, core self-evaluations, emotional well-being, sexual risk-taking, substance use, and academic performance in freshman university students. Dr. Michelle Kennedy Griswold. Experiences of racism and breastfeeding initiation and duration among first-time mothers of the Black Women's Health Study. Dr. Nancy C. O'Rourke. Political efficacy and participation of nurse practitioners. Dr. Susan O'Hara Sullivan. Macrocognition in the Healthcare Built Environment, MHCBE, a focused ethnographic study of neighborhoods in a pediatric intensive care unit.
Will all the graduates of the Graduate School of Nursing please rise and be recognized? It is my pleasure now to invite Dr. Anthony Carruthers, Dean of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, to the lectern. Dean Carruthers.
Thank you, Chancellor. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2017 Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences class speaker. He was selected by the peers of his graduating class. He served as the campus student trustee to the University Board of Trustees, and he did his doctoral research in the laboratory of Dr. Brian Lewis, working on the role of microRNAs in pancreatic cancer. So please join me in recognizing Dr. Brian Joseph Quattrochi.
Good afternoon. It is my honor today to speak on behalf of the graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. The challenges, methods, and rewards of graduate school are not obvious to the casual observer. As graduate students, we're not reading books and attending classes. We're working full-time in the lab. And we're actually not allowed to graduate until we've made a substantive contribution to our field. The work of a graduate student is experimentation, and it is in the nature of experiments to fail. Even when they don't, every scrap of hopeful data must be viewed with skepticism, as an outlier or as a mistake, until it is repeated flawlessly over and over again. Even more dispiriting, reproducible data may be misleading because of errors in our methods or flaws in our interpretation. Sometimes we realize our mistakes in a quiet moment of reflection, and sometimes publicly during the presentation of our work. Ultimately, graduate school is a rite of passage with no predetermined end date. It is a period of our lives fraught with challenges, both professional and personal, and it permanently changes us, both as scientists and as individuals. But why does graduate training have to be this difficult? Graduate school is tough on us because it is meant to teach us resolve. Our undergraduate training already provides us with much of the knowledge and creativity needed to stand at the edge of our understanding and propose the next step. However, the test of a mature scientist is not our ability to generate a hypothesis and test it, but to stoically watch as our cleverest ideas evaporate in the face of contradictory evidence. Graduate school is the way it is precisely because struggle and failure in a training environment are the intended outcomes. Graduating today means that we have demonstrated the extreme patience and the fortitude to carry on despite repeated setbacks. Our trained ability to critically analyze new information and to change our own thinking in response to strong evidence is the foundation of wisdom, and it is the most important accomplishment that we celebrate here today. You'll notice I didn't mention defending the thesis or publishing papers. Although the thesis defense and our published works have profound personal meaning to us as students, the true accomplishment of graduate school, the true accomplishments are intangible and exist permanently within us. Yes, we are problem solvers, but our time in graduate school has also forged us into accomplished communicators, educators, managers, and advocates. I emphasize these aspects of our training because in the coming years, a significant portion of us, will not be academic experimentalists like our mentors here today. The simple truth is that we can't all do that job because there aren't enough available positions or funds. So it is important on this day, as we celebrate our scientific achievements, to recognize that the attainment of a PhD or a master's is not a narrowing, but an expansion of opportunity. The mind of a scientist is a tremendously valuable commodity in every profession, regardless of whether it's written in the job description. This world needs people like us who can evaluate evidence and help the greater community make good decisions. And it needs us to do more than just lab work. In fact, I hope that at least some of us consider a role in government. My friends, the past years have been a protracted exercise in humility, but today you should feel only pride. Regardless of what the future holds, for each of us, the work that we have done here and the changes we have wrought in ourselves are beautiful, powerful, and permanent. Let yourself be invigorated by the uncertainties of life because you now own the ability to adore and overcome. Keep your curiosity keen, pursue your passions, and please use your powers of scientific thought for the greater good. Fellow graduates and scientists of the class of 2017, congratulations, you've earned it.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degree.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences as recommended by the faculty of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. In accordance with the usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Will Doctors Mary Ellen Lane, Michelle Pugner, and the Hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degree.
Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degrees are awarded to Dr. Daniel James Amonte. Evaluating acceptability, feasibility, and efficacy of a diabetes care support program facilitated by cellular-enabled glucose meters. Dr. Navanil Banerjee. Temporal organization of behavioral states through local neuromodulation and C. elegans. Dr. Stephen Matthew Carpenter. Memory CD8 positive T cell function during Mycobacterium tuberculosis infection. Dr. Saurav Roy Chaudhry, developing an adeno-associated viral vector toolbox for CNS gene therapy. Dr. Jennifer Lynn Cotton, requirement and function of hippopathway signaling in the mammalian gastrointestinal tract. Dr. Sezin Dadevaran, the effects of interleukin-10 on skeletal muscle insulin resistance and myogenesis. Dr. Melissa Guildford Durner, sex, drugs, and rodent reward. Not done yet. An exploration of the sex-specific roles of nicotinic acetylcholine receptors in ethanol reward. Dr. Laura Marie DeVoe, characterizing the disorder in tristetraproline and its contribution to post-transcriptional gene regulation. Dr. Michelle Lynn Dubuque, the exocyst subunit SEX6 interacts with assembled exocytic snare complex. Dr. Caroline Mary Duffy, Structural mechanisms of the sliding clamp and the sliding clamp loader, insights into disease and function. Dr. Alicia Marie Gruntman, a transcriptional pathway for recombinant adeno-associated virus human gene therapy, from target identification and animal modeling of the disease to non-human primate and human studies. Dr. Yung-Chi Huang, behavioral and functional analysis of a calcium channelopathy and centrobditis elegans. Dr. Hui Fang Hung, roles of the mother centriole appendage protein, senexin, in microtubule organization during cell migration and cell division. Dr. Li Zhang, systematic experimental determination of functional constraints on protein and adaptive potential of mutations. Dr. Hatem Elif Camber, regulation of the Drosophila initiator caspase drunk through ubiquitination. Dr. Ebru Kaimak, understanding the sequence specificity and RNA target recognition properties of the oocyte maturation factor, OMA1, in centrobditis elegans. Dr. Yihang Li, mechanisms of synaptic development and premature aging in Drosophila. Dr. Quan Hung Lin, viral proteases as drug targets and the mechanism of drug resistance. Dr. Xiaoxian Lu, impact of the intra-articular injection use on patient-reported outcomes among patients with knee osteoarthritis. Dr. Timothy David Matheson, CAF1, P150, and Chi67 regulate nuclear structure throughout the human cell cycle. Dr. Minwoo Nam, the role of energy metabolism in thermogenic gene program. Dr. Samantha Grace Pallas, plague and the defeat of mammalian innate immunity, systematic genetic analysis of Yersinia pestis virulence factors. Dr. Emily Sarah Christine Rittershouse, identification of essential metabolic and genetic adaptations in the quiescent state in Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Dr. Oslam Shanol Joshar, a role for TNMD in adipocyte differentiation and adipose tissue function. Dr. Joseph Crispin Yahweh, macrophages are regulators of whole body metabolism. Dr. Mitu Seth, functions of argonaute protein in self versus non-self recognition in the C. elegans germline. Dr. Sally Elizabeth Tribuco, the SMRF2 YY1 c-MYC axis in the germinal center reaction and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. Dr. Jessica Lee Weatherby, Exploiting DNA repair and ER stress response pathways to induce apoptosis in glioblastoma multiforme. Dr. Sijia Wu, novel mechanisms regulating dopamine transporter endocytic trafficking, AC1 controlled endocytosis, and retromer-mediated recycling. Dr. Ting-Hao Huang, a synthetic genetic system to investigate brain connectivity and genetically manipulate interacting cells. Dr. Sarah Lynn Lewandowski. Histone deacetylase 3 coordinates heart development through stage-specific roles in cardiac progenitor cells. Dr. Leiwan Ma, targeting drug resistance in chronic myeloid leukemia. Dr. Victoria Elizabeth Padano, identification of novel pathways that promote anoikis through genome-wide screens. Dr. Jennifer Joy van Oudenhove, mechanisms regulating early mesodermal differentiation of human embryonic stem cells.
Will all the graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences please rise and be recognized? Dean Anthony Carruthers, would you please join me at the podium? Nice hat. Dean Carruthers, today this grateful university wishes to celebrate the leadership you have brought to our Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences over nearly the last 2 decades. Our graduate school has been transformed during your tenure as our dean. As it is now your intention to return to science and more leisurely endeavors, please accept our gratitude for the many contributions that you have made to our university, for the innovation and discovery that you have sparked amongst our faculty and students, and for the kindness and consideration that has always embraced your actions towards all you have led. Thank you, Michael. Please accept this Chancellor's Medal as a sign of our appreciation and in recognition that you have been a most valued and respected colleague. Congratulations, and indeed, thank you. It is my pleasure now to invite the Dean of the School of Medicine, Terrence R. Flott, MD, to the lectern. Dean Flott.
It is now my distinct privilege to introduce the winner of the 2017 Letter and Tau Humanism and Medicine Award, also selected by her colleagues as the School of Medicine class speaker, Jessica Rose Long.
We've come this far by faith. After finishing the health science preparatory program here at UMass, I went to visit my maternal grandfather, Lawrence F. Berry, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our time together was pretty run-of-the-mill. The only difference was that I was waiting for my golden ticket to this medical school. We all remember waiting for our email of acceptance. It's nerve-wracking. Finally, the "Congratulations, you've been accepted" email came. And of course, I became a babbling brook of tears, running into the arms of my grandfather to share the great news. To think about what it took for us to be here today, all the people that believed in us, the mere fact that we even believed in ourselves. With faith or confidence, we persevered. I hope that none of us lose this passion. My high school motto was non sibi sed alis, which means not for self, but for others. I hope that we remember that service happens in the soup kitchens and the community, just like it happens in the hospital every day. So when you're feeling down and burnt out, remember the joy that you felt doing the simple things and lean back into that space. And as we've all heard, intern year is hard. And there will be times when we are pulled in every direction. But remember, multitasking is truly a farce. You can only do one thing well at a time. So don't forget what the hermit taught the king. Now is the most important time because we have the power. The most important person is the one that you're with because it may be the last person you ever interact with. And the most important affair is to do them good, because that's why we are all here. Today, we will walk across the stage and get hooded. We are living out a legacy. My legacy started with a dream. 7 years ago, my paternal grandfather, Ralph Butch Long, passed away from colon cancer. Before his passing, he told my grandmother, of 54 years of marriage, that he had wanted to become a doctor. However, he did not learn to read until he was 9 years old and felt that he was incapable of becoming a doctor. When he was asked by my grandmother what kind of doctor he wanted to become, he said, a lady doctor. Now I'm becoming an OBGYN. Okay. His dream deferred is no longer a raisin in the sun. Each and every one of us is living as a living testament to the greatest hopes and dreams of our ancestors, our families that are here with us today. For many, we are carrying on a tradition within the medical profession, whereas people like me are being fearless trailblazers. Either way, this day is a sweet culmination of time well spent and will set us on a course for continued excellence. I hope that as we start working, we'll face each day like my friend Trinez. We wake up earlier than we need to, so that we can arrive earlier than we have to, so that we can prepare to face each day. I hope that we smile at and greet our patients, our colleagues, and anyone walking the halls, bringing joy to that person's day, having it pour back into our tanks, making us full. I hope that they think we're the best at what we do and use us as the example. And if not, because we certainly won't be the best or anything near to it, at first at least. I hope that we keep working harder to be better than ever because our patients are counting on it. Class of 2017, it's been real. From being the designated talker in class, to switching t-shirts with Nick Lunig at one of our first parties together, to all the talent shows and the sporting events, and of course, to making a patient smile with Tyler Mahegan when we spoke Swahili to her to tell her our names. You all have made an impression on me, and I'm sure that we will each carry our precious memories in our hearts of these times together as we move forward. Hold fast to your sense of self. Don't lose it in the name of fitting in. Not now, not ever. You've come too far by faith. Thank you.
Chancellor Collins, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine, as recommended by the faculty of the School of Medicine. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Will Doctors Carruthers, Knight, and Pugnair please come forward, and the MD PhD mentors rise and move in order to meet your graduate.
Today we have the honor of awarding degrees to 9 graduates who have completed the requirements for the combined MD-PhD degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Dr. Thomas Edward Akey, Regulation of Metabolism by Hepatic Oxphos. Once again, Dr. Brian Joseph Quattrochi, Subtle Controllers, MicroRNAs Drive Pancreatic Tumorigenesis and Progression. Dr. Natasha Hannah Dolgen, Frailty and Outcomes in Liver Transplantation. Dr. Joshua Chang, Flipping Biological Switches, Solving for Optimal Control. Dr. Caitlin Elizabeth Fogarty, Death is Not the End, a role for extracellular ROS in driving apoptosis-induced proliferation in Drosophila melanogaster. Dr. Jillian Jean Griffith, Contraceptive Utilization and Downstream Fetal-Maternal Outcomes for Women with Substance Use Disorders. Dr. Anush Medavosian, endothelial-driven inflammation in metabolic disease. Dr. Gregory Michael Orlowski. Cathosis, cathepsins in particle-induced inflammatory cell death. Dr. Kazmir Ramo, Jun kinases in hematopoiesis and vascular development and function.
Will Dr. Sonia Cumenti please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Medicine degrees?
For several years now, medical education here has taken place in small communities comprised of students from all 4 years of medical school. These communities are called houses and were named after Worcester neighborhoods to remind us of our school's connection with the community. Students in these houses are mentored by faculty who closely follow their academic progress and professional development. Our graduates today will be hooded by a class-chosen faculty representative and their mentors as listed in your program. Will Dr. Frank Domino and the hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Medicine degrees? School of Medicine graduates, please come forward as directed by the student marshals. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Blackstone House, Dr. Zachary Christo Dema. Dr. Jennifer Ellen Fishbein. Dr. Joshua Harris Lichman. Dr. Christian M. Rose. Dr. Valerie Joy Vallant.
Dr. Leah DeCoste. Dr. Sarah J. Fine. Dr. Casey Hamilton. Dr. Jennifer Marie Kane. Dr. Jacob Matthew Koshi. Dr. Caroline Jane Royer. Dr. Catherine Michelle Tang. Dr. Justin Vaida.
Dr. Jeffrey Martin Brady. Dr. Emily Howe. Dr. Gregory Edward Keefe. Dr. Daniel Patrick Lindstrom. Dr. Nicholas A. Lunig. Dr. Hazel Lynn Marecki. Dr. Noreen Chioma Akwara. Dr. Rachel Patel. Dr. Guyu Du. Dr. Omar Hadzipasik. Dr. Casey Megan Hebert. Dr. Jita Michelle Harani. Dr. Se Jin John Oh. Dr. Justin David Pespiza. Dr. Julia Aarons Siegel. Dr. Raina Lynn Treach. Dr. Amrit Vaidyanath Vinod. Burncoat House. Dr. Rebecca Catherine Angoff. Dr. Samuel Goldman. Dr. Sydney Beth Greenberg. Dr. Natalia Kyriazidis. Dr. Shakti Aishwarya Nochur. Dr. Elizabeth Dolly Yuen. Dr. Caroline Bancroft. Dr. Gregory Harkins Foos. Dr. Ella Keeper-Vasser. Dr. Matthew Ross Spring. Dr. Jasmine Anil Kubchandani. Dr. Wei Cha Si Ko. Dr. Theodore Wong Moon Kai. Dr. Bowen Q. Dr. Vanessa Ethel Rooney. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Rosen. Dr. Caroline Angela Yang. Kelly House. Dr. Elizabeth Barada. Dr. Dina Rochelle Gorelik. Dr. Yevgenia Harrington. Dr. Jeffrey C. Larnard. Dr. Naomi Elka Malam. Dr. Jonathan Aton Miller. Dr. Diana Kane Ong. Dr. Star Wang. Dr. Rebecca Jean Drums. Dr. Michael Patrick Flynn. Dr. Sarah Hoffman Fulco. Dr. Mark Andrew Fasunyan. Dr. Rachel LeBlanc. Dr. Patrick Lockhart McGuire. Dr. Solange Bayard. Dr. Geneva Ann DeGregorio. Dr. Angela L. Landerholm. Dr. Christopher Patrick Libby. Dr. Bailey Gill McGinnis. Dr. James Barrett Nightingale II. Dr. Jeremy David Vincent. Dr. Modupeola Diallo. Dr. David McCarthy. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth McGowan. Dr. Abteen Shahanagi. Dr. Kathleen Elizabeth Singer. Dr. Molly Amory Storer. Dr. Taylor Robert Young. Quinsigamond House. Dr. Mary Patricia Kavanaugh. Dr. Max Devin Hazeltine. Dr. Jessica Rose Long. Dr. Martha Ellen Lucci. Dr. Tyler James Mahegan. Dr. Haley McNulty Newman. Dr. Michael George Nujayam. Dr. Akib Farak Chaudhry. Dr. Benjamin Colby Crawford. Dr. Christina Anastasia Kaneki. Dr. Kristen Richard. Dr. Elise Wheelock. Dr. Andrew James Wilbur. Dr. Lauren Elizabeth Wu. Dr. Cecilia Magdalena Baamon. Dr. John Andrew Bostrom. Dr. Dongzi Liu. Dr. Deandra Marie Lucia. Dr. Courtney Marie Temple. Dr. Eric James Wilsterman, Jr. Dr. Cassandra Ann Doucette. Dr. Andrew Dowd. Dr. Robert Andrew Martin. Dr. Adriana Maria Polisano. Dr. Michaela Sarah Tracy. Tatnuck House. Dr. Molly Ann Cook. Dr. Michelle Lynn Gillespie. Dr. Lev Gorfinkel. Dr. Michael Joseph Maddaleni, Jr. Dr. Evan Elizabeth Pagano. Dr. John C. Sui, Jr. Dr. David Matthew Baliosian. Dr. Ariel Ann Filiberti. Dr. Nicole J. Coulises. Dr. Sarah Marguerite Rosenbaum. Dr. Daniel Lawrence Warden. Dr. Joseph Russell Young. Dr. Patrick Jose Alvarado. Dr. Hannah Abigail Horner. Dr. Vishwanath Ramaswamy. Dr. Kate J. Stanton. Dr. Teddy Begay. Dr. Alexander Paul Boardman. Dr. Jorge Eduardo Finke. Dr. Amy Colette Kopjak. Dr. Tan Tu No. Dr. Min Fan.
Will all the graduates of the School of Medicine please rise and be recognized?
I'll invite the graduates of the School of Medicine to rise again, and I'll also invite all the physicians in the audience to also stand with them and join the School of Medicine graduates in reciting the Oath of Maimonides, which may be found on page 19 of your programs, page 19. Thy eternal providence has appointed me to watch over the life and health of my fellow human beings. May the love for my art actuate me at all times. May neither avarice nor miserliness nor thirst for glory or for great reputation engage my mind, for the enemies of truth and philanthropy could easily deceive me and make me forgetful of my lofty aim of doing good to my patients. May I never see in the patient anything but a fellow creature of pain. Grant me strength, time, and opportunity, always to correct what I have acquired, always to extend its domain. For knowledge is immense, and the spirit of man can extend infinitely to enrich itself daily with new requirements. Today, we can discover our errors of yesterday, and tomorrow we may obtain a new light on what we think ourselves sure of today. I have been appointed to watch over the life and death of my fellow human beings. Here am I ready for my vocation, and now I turn unto my calling.
Congratulations. I'd like to thank our commencement vocalists, Kendra Vandervalk and Kristen Kruger, as well as our organist and faculty member, Julie Jonason, professor of physiology. If I could ask all of our guests to please remain in their seats until the platform party and graduates have left the tent. And now I hereby declare the 44th Annual Commencement Exercises of the University of Massachusetts Medical School closed.